Welcome to Inventive Instruction. Today we will be talking about structuring your essay in the simplest terms. Here I will go through the introduction, body paragraph, and conclusion, and the basic things you need to make sure that you include in each of these paragraphs in order to create a very strong argument. Let's start with the introduction. Here, in the simplest terms, what you want to include are your choice of text and author, and if this is applicable and you've been given a topic to write on, make sure you include the writing topic specifically and how you will be discussing it. Also be talking about the observations made through your reading and the ideas and the implications that you have gathered through your analysis. The thing that you want to make sure you conclude your introduction with is your thesis, which is the statement of your major argument you will be making. Remember to make sure that this thesis statement is directly related to your topic you've been given. In some cases, the strongest way to do this is to include the key words from the topic, the exact key words, and make sure that you write those in your thesis as well. Remember to note about the body paragraphs that, generally speaking, people are taught to write 3 body paragraphs. This is not always the best method, and it's important to note that if your teacher is okay with this method, it is better to decide what your sub-arguments are going to be and to make 1 paragraph per sub-argument. This means if you can only make 2 strong arguments, then there is only a need to write 2 body paragraphs. When you're writing your body paragraph, always start with your sub-argument, which is directly related to your thesis. This is your first claim, which is going to help you prove that overarching major argument. Next, follow with your observations. And what do your observations imply when they're analyzed? These observations should be followed by your evidence. These include direct quotes and images. This is the most important step. Once you've put your evidence, it is not enough, and you must continue to analyze that evidence and to explain how it proves your point. And then your argument summary at the end, which for example might sound like, given A and B, it is evident that the text is suggesting blank. Make sure to draw back the end of your paragraph to the sub-argument that you've been trying to prove. Repeat these same steps for each of your body paragraphs and make sure that each of these paragraphs has a clear and distinct sub-argument that is directly related to your thesis. Now moving on to the conclusion. Start your conclusion with a restatement of your thesis that you've been trying to prove this whole time. Provide reminders for what the purpose is of your analysis. What did you set out to prove? Follow this with a statement of how you proved what you set out to prove. Even if it sounds like you're repeating yourself, you need to drive home what your evidence has been and how you've analyzed that evidence. Finalize your conclusion with a summary of how you analyzed the text to draw your conclusions and what the significance is of your discoveries. Remember, when you're writing an essay, to state your analysis, evidence, and arguments all in such a way that it would be very difficult for someone to offer a counter-argument, to point out flaws in your connections, or to propose that there are different implications being made through the evidence you have chosen. If you want a specific example of this, please see our previous episode about critical versus analytical thinking and the lawyer example provided. As a teacher, I like to use 3 different analogies for essay writing and structure. These are the umbrella analogy, the tree analogy, and the closet analogy. Please stay tuned to this channel for specific instructions in each their own episode for how to use these methods. I hope that this episode has given you a very basic guideline for what you need to be writing in each paragraph of your essay and what kind of questions you need to make sure that you're answering. For now, read well and write strong, and I'll see you next time.